Someone said that hiring great people and A players is not a great strategy. Let's find out.
Hiring great people is not a strategy. It's an excuse to avoid the hard work of designing a business that doesn't require superheroes to succeed. But this is in response to the fortune cookie wisdom of you don't have a how problem, you have a who problem. The idea that the right people will solve any issue or challenge. And that's true, but it's not how it works in practice. In practice, good people don't want to come and work and fix your broken company. So the lesson, for me at least, is I'm not trying to only hire A players and rock stars. My goal is to build a company that doesn't require them. Because what I know is if I can build a company that doesn't require A players and rock stars, that's the kind of company that A players and rock stars are going to want to come and work for. Hire great people.
Ryan Deiss, he's like one of the people that I really respect a lot. And I think there are multiple ways to run a great business. I also do. Like I've seen people of what he said where they don't hire A players or they don't have amazing people, but they have amazing processes and very detailed playbooks on what people need to follow in order to, and so that you don't have to bring on the A players. So, and then I've also seen people who bring on A players, but maybe they lack the rigor in developing those SOPs and processes, right? So in my mind, there's so many ways to cut a cake. But there's a set of really, really good ways that you really require in order to become a successful business. And there is some latitude here, in my opinion. And here's the two situations. And depending on what type of founder you are, you might fall in one of these either two situations. The first one is what you were saying. If you're really good at running SOPs and processes, and you're really, really good at writing playbooks, figuring it out, or you have somebody to figure it out. By the way, to have someone to figure out those playbooks is also probably somewhat of a pretty good A player, or you play a consultant to do, or you do it yourself. So you're able to really effectively put all of that stuff on paper so that when you get the people to come to work, they just follow those like SOPs. And that works really well. I've seen 50 million, 60 million revenue companies that employ this and are very successful, right? And the people that they take on don't have to be A players. They don't have to be. They could be B, and that's totally fine. On the other hand, I've seen like super talented founders. They're really, really good at vision. They're like the kind of the Steve Jobs version, but then they hired someone who's an A player or as another founder who is really, really good at operating the company, who can develop the playbooks, the SOPs, and do all that kind of stuff. So in that respect, like you could hire an A player without that, right? But that person has to be the right fit and has to fulfill the gap of the missing skill sets that you have in order to build that successful company. So, SOPs and procedures are really key for scaling. And so it really just depends on who's doing it. And is it the A player that you found that can do it or not? Also, people who are vision people, typically they may not have a very good like operations, but they're able to sell you the vision really, really effectively. If they can sell it very effectively, then it's okay that you don't have the ops because they've kind of sold vision to that person. And so it depends on which side of the scale that you fall, what are your superpowers are. Are you more of an ops person? Or are you more of like a sales vision person? And that can probably help you develop. Otherwise, Ryan Deiss is, I think it's good. I'm just adding a little bit more nuance to what he's saying.